Good evening and welcome to our 5 p.m. news briefs. My name is Musa Branye Daki, broadcasting live from Shinyalu constituency, Kakamega County, and top news on our order. It has now emerged that James Nyoro will not be sworn in as the Kiambu governor today. The judiciary cited unavoidable circumstances and said a new date would be communicated in due course. It remains unclear why the swearing-in ceremony was put off, yet it is the judiciary that had indicated he would be sworn in at 8 a.m. on Thursday. Nyoro was to officially take over as the Kiambu governor after the Senate vote on Wednesday upheld the impeachment of Ferdinand Waititu. Meanwhile, Waititu's lawyers are allegedly preparing to file an application under a certificate of urgency at the Constitutional Division of the High Court. Waititu is said to be seeking conservatory orders to revoke the decision of the Senate to impeach him, pending the hearing and determination of his application. As the saga of his impeachment continues, Waititu was in court today for his corruption case appearance. Court has allowed Cabinet Secretary George Magoha and Stephen Kiama to negotiate and resolve the leadership crisis of the University of Nairobi Vice Chancellor, which Magoha had sought 30 days for further consultations to settle the matter. The Public Service Commission also agreed that if the contestants are willing and have agreed to try resolving the matter amicably, it should be only fair the board to train them. The Cabinet Secretary sought the 30 days with a view to engage and file a consent. Justice Maureen Onyango directed that the parties are at liberty to agree and resolve on who will be the University Vice Chancellor and appear in court on February 27th for the hearing. Magoha had revoked the appointment of Kiama and dissolved the University Council 2 weeks ago. But last week, the High Court stopped Magoha from appointing an interim Vice Chancellor, chairperson, and members to the University of Nairobi Council. Magoha's action split the university fraternity twofold, one in support of the Vice Chancellor's revocation, while the second was against it. Majority Leader Kipchumba Murkomen has distanced himself from the impeachment verdict against Kiambu Governor Ferdinand Waititu. Murkomen, who is the Elgeyo Marakwet senator, said the verdict by the Senate was a violation of the law. Speaking today in an interview in one of the radio stations in the country, Murkomen said there was no credible evidence to implicate Waititu against the charges he was accused of. Out of all the key witnesses listed against the governor, Murkomen said none of them were called to present their views during the Senate plenary meeting. While opposing his impeachment, Waititu had urged that the Kiambu County Assembly did not meet the required quorum to go through with the impeachment. He also urged that no credible evidence had been presented to prove that he had awarded tenders to his wife and daughter. Senators allied to President Uhuru Kenyatta and opposition leader Raila Odinga voted for the impeachment, whereas those allied to Deputy President William Ruto voted against it. More than 10 tourist camps have been affected by floods after a river burst its banks at Masai Mara in Narok. Some of them include a base camp, Mara Acacia, Mara Leisure Camp, Azure Lodge, Ol Shakai, Riverside, Crocodile, Mara Ngenje, and Mara Eden Lodges. The tourists were forced to sleep on chairs as their camps were flooded after River Telek burst its banks. Computers, beds, and valuable documents were either destroyed or swept away. One person is said to have drowned while trying to save his colleague as they attempted to cross the flooded Talek River. The body has been taken to Longisa County Referral Hospital mortuary in Bomet. We're going for a short break, coming back with international news. Welcome back to our international news. My name is Musa Branye Daki. At least 170 people are dead and more than 7,700 cases have been confirmed in mainland China as the Wuhan coronavirus spreads across Asia and the rest of the world. Nearly 60 million people have been under partial or full lockdown in Chinese cities for a week. There are more than 100 confirmed cases in 19 places outside of China, with the United Arab Emirates and Finland reporting their first cases. Countries are scrambling to evacuate their citizens from Wuhan, the epicenter of the novel coronavirus outbreak in Hubei province. Flights have been chartered and various quarantine measures have been put in place. Next is business news. KEBS has asked supermarkets to pull out 17 maize brands for having high aflatoxin levels. The brands include Jomba, Adedarde, Mupa, Afya Uzima, Sungura Dola, Tetema, African King, Unique, Milo, City, Con, Sarafina, Tosha, Shiba, Hakika, Best, Budget, and Mwema. In a statement today, Kaigwara has said the maize brands are unsafe for human consumption. Maize is the country's main staple food. The flour is used to prepare ugali, a cooked starch paste, the key ingredient in which just the flour and water are used. Last year, KEBS suspended the license of 5 brands of maize flour and ordered that they be removed from the market. These are Dola, manufactured by Kitui Flour Mills, Starehe, made by Pan African Grain, and Kifaro by Alpha Grain Limited. The other banned brands are 210 Ken Blast Limited and Jembe by Ken Rice Limited. All these brands are widely sold across the country. Coming up next are our sport news. Come back to our sport news. My name is Musa Branye Daki. The venue for this year's Federation of East Africa Secondary School Sports Association has been changed from M-Pesa Academy to Kakamega High School. Western Region Secondary School Sports Association Secretary Quinto Omusungu made the announcement this morning as he released Western Region's 2020 calendar of events. The 10-day regional event will kick off on August 14th. The last year's East African Secondary School Games included the special need games and also the primary section in Arusha, and that will also be featured this year, which is a new dawn for these games according to Quinto, who also is the Vice Secretary of Kenya Secondary School Sports Association. Meanwhile, the venue for both Term 1 and Term 2 national games remain unchanged. The Term 1 national games will be held in Kapsabet from 14th to 23rd April. Meanwhile, the Term 2 games will be at Kakamega from July 31st to August 9th, 2020. St. Peter's High Mumias football, Butere Girls basketball, Kibabi Boys will be featuring in football, Bungoma High School will be featuring in rugby 15s, and Chavakali High School will be featuring in handball. The school which will not feature in this year's school games. Quinto also distanced himself from rumors that Kakamega High School has been disqualified from this year's school games. That is the end of our 5 p.m. news briefs. My name is Musa Branye Daki, reporting live from Shinyalu constituency, Kakamega County. Let us meet in consecutive bulletins at 7, 9, and 10.